Hey YouTube world, I am back with another video. Today I want to go over my Last Chance haul. For those of you who aren't familiar with Last Chance, it is basically a massive department store where it's a treasure hunt. And all of the stock basically comes from Nordstrom, and Nordstrom goes on clearance and then they shuffle over to Nordstrom Rack. Nordstrom Rack goes on clearance, and if it doesn't sell, it goes to Last Chance. There are only two in the US. For my international friends, these are probably just going to be eye goodies for you at this point. I apologize, but it's always fun to see what countries have available, right? When it comes to Last Chance, that's what most of their stock, there's shoes, there's clothing, there's men's, there's kids stuff. And of course, there's the designer section, right? So obviously the designer sections, a lot of that doesn't go through the usual flow. It comes directly from Nordstrom's. Most of the time, those designer pieces are going to be either damaged, returned, and as we know, Nordstrom has an insane return policy. And people abuse it, right? And we shouldn't really do that, but it is what it is. They're known for their return policy, and a lot of these designers items are broken that would go straight to Last Chance. But there's also a lot of items that have just not passed their quality test to be put back on the floor, so to speak. There's a lot of gems in there, right? So I'll kind of just jump right into it. And then of course, I will talk to you about certain tips and tricks on when it comes to Last Chance if you are ever in the Chicago or Scottsdale area. Where should we start? Which one should I touch on first? Obviously, let's start with the Saint Laurent. Who am I kidding here? So I was able to score the YSL Saint Laurent Sunset bag. So story time, I actually had to fight somebody for this, right? So when you go to the Last Chance designer section there, if there's a lot of people, they usually limit how many people goes to that section, usually like 3 at a time, 5 at a time. Sometimes it's like 3 minutes, sometimes 5 minutes. I actually went when they were about to close, which is around like 8 o'clock, let's just say, which of course I like beelined over to the designer section and left my mom, behind. So immediately I saw this one on the table and I ran up to it. There was nobody in line, so obviously I instantly grabbed it. And then I put it down. I talked to the sales associate saying, oh, okay, you either have to pay for it right away, but then there was like some sort of miscommunication because I wanted to look at other bags, but I was holding on to it. She's like, no, you can't bring it to the shoe section. I'm like, okay, well, what do you want me to do then? I'm going to buy this bag, but she's like, oh, I'm gonna hold it for you. I'll hold it. It has to go back. I'll hold it for you here. Apparently, that's not what she said. I don't know. Whatever. Some other lady decided to pick it up because she decided to put it back on the counter, and some other lady wanted to look at it, and then I was just like, are you kidding me? You said you will hold it for me. And she's like, no, I didn't say that. I was like, okay, this is not worth arguing over. So I ran back to the bag, basically stood right behind that lady, blocking anybody away from that bag. And she finally put it down. I snatched it and ran over to the register and paid for it immediately, and then went back to the designer. I was just like livid what had happened. So I was able to purchase this bag. I inspected it very thoroughly, even up until the point where I was paying for it at the register to make sure I'm not missing anything. Because sometimes when you go to Last Chance, there's a missing strap, there's a broken buckle or whatever it is, right? So this one is going to be brand new. So I like triple checked it. I made sure my mom looked at it, and this is absolutely brand new. It came with a dust tag as well as an authentication packet. And the bag is pristine. There was a few finger marks on it, but I was able to wipe it off with a microfiber towel, but it is in pristine condition. There is no scuffs, there's nothing. So I'm not sure why this went directly to Last Chance, but it was, the sticker's still on it, but it's a pretty amazing deal. So let's talk about pricing. As you can see, I got this for $1,032 out the door. After taxes, it was going to be 1,100 and like change, I think like 20 bucks, something like that. And of course, I was able to accumulate points. The one thing you have to know about Last Chance is that if you have Nordstrom double point day or like triple point day, they will not work at Last Chance. You only get 1 point per dollar. So I would say this is a complete win. And if you like me to do a full review or unboxing of this bag, I know there's plenty of them out there, and to me, this Sunset YSL bag is a classic. If you're looking to invest in the bag, this is an excellent one too, because I don't think this is ever gonna go out of style. Now, the only thing I'm a little bit hesitant about is the silver hardware. You know me, if you've seen a number of my videos, I tend to gravitate towards gold hardware just because of my skin tone. It just matches better with gold hardware. So I'm gonna mull over this. I love this bag. It's a gorgeous bag, very structured. So I may or may not keep it, but we'll see. It's such a good price. I may just keep it, but again, it's a black bag, it's silver. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Tell me, should I keep it? Should I sell it? But overall, it was a good deal, so perfect eye candy. So I also found this particular mug, and I thought it was really cute. And originally, I think it was like $20, and it's just like a coffee mug with a little suction cup on there. And this was like $6, so that was a good haul as well. Let's talk about shoes. I found the shoe section was a train wreck. I went there like on a Saturday night. I feel really bad for the employees. Come on, let's be human beings. If you're done with a pair of shoes, please do not leave it on the floor. I should have taken a picture, but it was literally like 100 pairs on the floor and not on the shoe rack. And I had a little push cart because I was carrying this particular massive box here and it was heavy. So I had a push cart and I couldn't even get through it. So I just gave up. But what's really cool is that they were doing a 50% off of all shoes except for like designer shoes, which is not even in that regular shoe section anyways. But they were doing 50% off, and out of the mess, I was able to find this particular pair. I'm not sure what brand it is. I should probably rip this off. Shea cheese? Okay, I'm totally butchering over that. I've seen this brand before at Nordstrom's, but I'm just not very familiar with it. But I thought this was the really cute, puffy texture, and it was pretty comfortable, and it's made in Italy. So it was $20, or excuse me, $17. So this ended up being like, 50% off is like what, $8. So it was a no-brainer. I just threw it in the cart, and it is complete leather. I mean, come on, made in Italy, fully leather for $8. What a great deal. And if you haven't seen my videos, have you noticed that the more excited I get, the more passionate I get, the faster I talk. So forgive me if I'm talking incredibly fast, but on to the last thing of my haul. So this one's actually not for me. I already have a lot of Staub Dutch ovens. I love Staub. I actually prefer over Le Creuset. So don't come for me, but I prefer the look of it. I like the functionality of it. And this one was on the home section. And I'll just open it up for you to see. It was taped up. And it is completely brand new. But this is going to be the 5.5 quarts. Usually if you go on their website or if you go to a Zwilling outlet during Black Friday, their best sale is on a 3.5 quarts, and it's only for like $99. Sometimes it's $120. Either way, it was a really good deal. But for a 5.5 quart, I think these retail, and I'll pop a link below or on the screen here, they usually go for like around $360. I know they do sales, but usually it drops to like maybe $240 if they're doing some sort of sale. Guess how much this was? $75, $76. After taxes, like 80-ish something dollars. I mean, that is an incredible deal. So I know my friend was actually looking for a Dutch oven. She was looking at the Lodge, which, you know, she ended up not getting. But if you buy a Lodge Dutch oven for 5.5 quarts, I think it is also the same price, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less. But this one for Staub, made in France, brand new, for 78, or let's just say round it up, like 80-ish dollars, right? That is a complete steal. So I was actually looking at this and some lady came up and she actually saw a different one, but I think it had a chip on it. So she was like circling me like a shark. And I was just like texting my friends like, hey, this is a brand new. And it was like, I was literally like this close to it. And yet she was still circling around me like a shark. And I just like see her on the corner of my eye. And while I was still texting, she was about to reach around me to grab it. And I immediately put my hand down on this like this just to claim it. I already had a tiff at the designer section. I was like full blown ready to rage against her. Like, don't touch my shit. I was like full blown, I'm gonna fight you mode, right? So she eventually backed away because I put my hand on the actual box itself. And then she basically had the audacity to like, how much is it? I'm like, $80, I'm taking it, leave me alone. And she like, oh, that's a good price. Yes, I'm aware, which is why I'm taking it. So that was like my little story. Don't get in between me and my deals. I'm just saying. To kind of wrap things up, so I really hope you enjoyed this video. Again, like and subscribe as you come venture with me to find all of these great deals. Hopefully learn a tip or two, a trick or two when it comes to shopping savvy. And of course, you know, not having to pay retail for all of these items. And one last tip I will talk to you about when it comes to last chance is that there's no time of the day. I know there's certain companies, certain stores like, oh, we get shipments in on Friday, we should get shipments in on Tuesday, and then you come on the next day and you'll get full fresh stock, right? So the thing about last chance is that the stock keeps coming in. Throughout the day, there's no shipment dates. Either that's what they told me, but it seems like it is true because things come in randomly all throughout the day. And my theory is that most of the companies have everything, like discount stores would have everything ticketed and labeled and priced out, and then they ship it to the store. Once it gets to the store, the associates, you know, kind of just put it on the shelves and whatever, right? But when it comes to last chance, it seems like the items gets to the store, someone actually has to price it out at the store before they can put it on the floor, which is why a slew of things will come out randomly throughout the day. So really it comes down to your luck, right? Where you show up to the store, and this has happened to me before. You show up to the store, there's nothing, you know, really nothing fascinating over at the designer section. I roam around the store, I come back just to give it one more look before leaving, and something pops up, right? So what the sales associates has told me is actually completely true. So really it comes down to luck and your timing of being at the store. I like to, you know, go there during the day and not on a weekend, just so I don't have to wait in line. Sometimes I would go throughout the mall, grab something to eat, and come back and just look at it one more time before I actually leave to see if they put anything out new. So hopefully this was helpful. Like and subscribe. If you like this kind of content, I want to cover topics that will help you adult easier. Life is hard. I want to help you save time and money so that you can live your best life and hopefully less than retail. I'll see you next time.